I'm calling this Sunday's sermon the Golden Key. The golden key to understanding everything that is happening in the New Testament is suffering. The people of the first century, they were peasants, common everyday peasants. That was suffering enough. But what really happened towards the end of the first century was the suffering brought on by the Roman Empire. The people were being slaughtered. Towns and villages were being razed, burned to the ground. And these people who were good and faithful Jewish people who had started following Jesus, who had given their life to Jesus, they began asking, where is God in the middle of our pain and suffering? They had been told that Jesus was going to come again. This long-awaited return of the Messiah, that was something that they were expecting at any moment to come around the corner. And it never did. And then those first eyewitnesses of Jesus, they started dying off. All these stories and memories that they had about Jesus were leaving with them. They started saying, we need to preserve them. We need to write them down. But most importantly, they were writing them down so they could ask the question, where is God in the middle of the suffering? When is God going to come back and save us? You know, today I'm recording from the Columbine Memorial. I have the whole place to myself today. What a beautiful place this is. It is a place of peace. But I come here to this day and I remember what happened those many long years ago. It was not a place of peace. It was a place of suffering. It was a day where people asked, where is God in the middle of this tragedy? Where is God in the middle of our suffering? It's a question that we've been asking for the past so many years since that fateful day. It's a thing that people ask even yet in the midst of their own lives. I met with a couple today who was wrestling with the death of one of their children, and they felt as though they had been abandoned by God, and rightly so. And they too asked the question, where is God in the middle of our pain and suffering? This coming Sunday is Worldwide Communion Sunday. And when I think about what binds us together as nations of the world, you know, it's not our political boundaries, it's not our languages, no, those are the things that separate us. I think what binds us together is suffering. There's illnesses and tragedies, there are refugees from all around the world, and people of all different faiths, all different religions ask the question, how could God allow this to happen to me? Where is God in the midst? So this coming Sunday, to prepare for the sermon, I want you to think about your own life. When have you suffered? Where did you think God was in the midst of your suffering? How do you answer that question? If someone was to come to you and ask you the question, how is God going to save me from the midst of the suffering? How would you answer that question? Come this Sunday with your thoughts and ideas, and hopefully I'll be able to present to you the golden key that will not only show you what those first century people felt about where God was in the midst of their pain and suffering, but where God is in the midst of your pain and suffering. Because ultimately, as I said so many years ago on that faithful day, God is there. God is with you in the midst of your pain. Hope to see you on Sunday. Bring 6 non-perishable food items so we can feed the masses out of the abundance of what God has given to us. Take care.